I will get things done for America.
To make our people safer, smarter, and healthier.
I will bring Americans together to strengthen our communities.
Faced with apathy, I will take action.
Faced with conflict, I will seek common ground.
Faced with adversity, I will persevere.
I will carry this commitment with me
this year and beyond. I'm an AmeriCorps member,
and I will get things done.
And I will get things done.
And I will get things done.
The need was great, but the number of people able to help meet that need was very small. And as the need grew, it was so clear that more people were needed. And AmeriCorps was able to make that happen, almost all at once.
In the years coming up to 1994, we learned that Maine Air Force Base, which is located in far northern Maine, was going to be shut down. It was a huge Air Force base. It actually was the base that's closest to Europe. I was in jobs training, and so we knew that there would be a lot of people losing their jobs once that base closed. And so our agency as a whole was looking for any kind of grant money that was available. So we knew what we were doing, and we knew what we were going to model it after. So we applied for the grant. We said that we were going to serve ages 16 to 24-year-olds and put them into crews to do work in the 6 communities most affected by the base closure. And that's what we did. We got the grant.
As it grew step by step, it got to a point with multiple partners out there so that people really understood what AmeriCorps was and what it did.
We were able to talk about AmeriCorps instead of having to say this great big long word. And all the young people, it was better for them, because they'd be asked, who is it you're working for? What are you doing?
Well, for me, the most important thing was being able to move from agency to agency and seeing services that needed to be provided in an agency but weren't being provided. And now there was somebody there doing it. And I think that is the thing that makes me the happiest.
I served at Portland West, which is now Learning Works in Portland, Maine in 1996.
I served with the Maine Conservation Corps, and that was an individual placement program from 1999 to 2000, and then again from 2000 to 2001. In the first year, I served with the Maine Department of Environmental Protection, and in the second year with Maine Audubon.
I was an AmeriCorps member, a volunteer coordinator in 2002 with the Wells National Estuarine Research Reserve at Laudholm Farm and the York Land Trust.
In 2013, I began my service year with the Bangor AmeriCorps Opportunity Collaborative with Eastern Maine Development Corporation in the Bangor Career Center.
We worked with juveniles who had community service hours to complete, and we wanted to make sure that their community service hours were meaningful.
At Maine Audubon, I was very proud of the after-school program that we did for children in the Portland schools. What with all that we've learned since 1999 about how important it is to expose kids to being outside and feeling comfortable outside, that is a part of my service that I think was really valuable and important for those children who we impacted.
I feel like we were really on the cutting edge in the state in many ways, because being in York County, the southernmost county, a lot of the developmental pressure is really the strongest there. So there was a lot of motivation with people to start something that was going to last over generations.
I really wanted to have a career change, and I wanted to come back to Maine. I was living in North Carolina at the time. I saw this opportunity. I went to school in the Bangor area, and it really all made sense and came together. I felt like this was the perfect place for me.
Maine is a very unique place in terms of the quality of community service that you can do here.
The camaraderie that I had with the volunteers and the community members, and really roll up our sleeves and get to know each other and work with each other. That's what I remember the most. My experience in AmeriCorps for that year was wonderful, but it stuck with me and it carried on, and I worked with the Wells Reserve as a research associate, doing ecological research, giving back to the community that way, and then eventually found myself in the public school system here at Bonnie Eagle Middle School, where I'm always trying to interject some environmental stewardship, an appreciation for our lifestyle here in Maine with my students.
I have one child and he's 24 years old. He grew up with that foundation of community service, and as a result of that, you know, he always did community service projects, and then he became a United States Marine, and now he's come home after 4 years of service for the United States Marine Corps, and he's becoming a Portland police officer in Portland, Maine. So it really influenced his life, watching me provide community service and then being a part of his community service programs.
In service projects that I'm doing and contacts that I've made with people throughout the state, you know, if there's something going on, I'm like, that sounds like a really great opportunity to go and, you know, clean up a park for a day or be involved in some sort of drive or what have you. I love that I'm part of that networking community still.
My current position is invasive plant biologist with the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry in the Maine Natural Areas program. And my AmeriCorps service prepared me for my whole career, including this position.
AmeriCorps was the foundation of my life success. I was able to get an educational award as a 20-year-old single mom. That is a gift that I never would have gotten in any other aspect of my life.
And it really speaks to what AmeriCorps is all about. You know, people that have that drive and passion to do something different, to take a leap, you know, and the self-discovery and stuff that you have along the way makes all the difference.